doctor is you could just call, like, because of the pandemic, you can have a phone appointment and it's fine. It's not a big deal. So I called him up. I'm like, hey, I need blood tests just because it's about that time. Send it down. I'll go do it. And when you get it back, call me back. Right. So he even asked me, he goes, okay, so your diabetes numbers have stayed exactly the same, which are right where they're supposed to be, but you are taking medicine. So do you want to continue or do you want to try 3 months without diabetes meds? And I'm like, I'm going to try it without the diabetes meds. Okay. He goes, 3 months. So the next 3 months, I am technically just a normal person without diabetes. That's the
way you're treating it.
Well, no, because then I'm just like, I can do whatever I want. I can't do whatever I want. I have to be mindful.
You can't do whatever you want if you don't have diabetes. You
also, you'll get diabetes though. That's how that works. You know. So and you know what? Like the cool thing is, I didn't get diabetes like immediately. I got it when I hit like 500 pounds and was also like drinking and doing things, like I was off the rails. So I'm like, yeah, that's fine. That makes complete sense. So tonight, everyone, we are making homemade fish sticks. And as everyone knows, according to Kanye, they are loved by everyone. That is just scientific.
I've never heard that. You keep bringing up Kanye, and I don't know the relevance to that. You want to go ahead and fill me in?
I need you to Google South Park fish sticks. And it was an entire episode where they're like, who's the most ridiculous person that we can use with this? And they're like, Kanye West. They're like, okay. So Kanye West did a whole thing about, it was like, Kanye West loves fish sticks. And they're like, did you say fish sticks or fish dicks? And they're like,
okay. I heard that. No.
And if you see from one of my reels was a song that they said Kanye made for the show. And it was, about gay fish, and you're like, this is, gay fish love fish sticks, and you're like, that's a real thing. I feel that's I find it enjoyable because it's absolutely ridiculous. Because Kanye is not a real person. That's fine. I think Kanye knows he's not a real person, right?
I don't think you realize how often Kanye opens his mouth and I relate to it. Not everything, obviously, but there's sometimes he says stuff and I'm like, God, story of my life.
I mean, like, so yes. But also, like, he's also way past.
Oh, he's a crazy person. There's other times where I'm like, bro, you shouldn't have said that.
100%. Like, he says stuff and you're going, oh, that's going to be in trouble. And then, like, at the same time, like, he ended up suing Adidas and made, like, a lot. And you're like, I don't understand. I'm not a real person. Why don't I get money?
Yeah, okay, he got canceled and got out. It turned out that he just kind of wanted out of the contract in the first place. You know what I mean? Because he was making more money.
Yeah.
Now than when he was with Adidas. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah. And the best part was that realistically, the way I see it is this: he's not a real person. I'm not a real person. How come he gets bazillions of dollars and I'm not getting bazillions of dollars? I feel that's not fair because I am just as absolutely ludicrous as he is. I just keep my mouth shut most of the time.
Yeah, but you make beautiful fucking music.
I mean,
he's one of the greatest.
I'm pretty confident my farts these days.
He's like the Michael Jordan of rap.
It is. Now you can get Yeezys for under $100, which I'm like,
he's selling it cheaper and making more money. It was beneficial to everybody.
Well, okay, but do you remember the story about Shaq? The woman called him out and was like, you're influencing these kids and you're not, because he had to deal with Reebok and they're like, they can't afford your shoes, but you're influencing them to make that a priority. And he was like, you know what? That's fair. So he went to Walmart and made shoes. And you're going,
I had some Shaqs when I was a kid.
Bro, but I'm like, listen, I can applaud that because let's be honest, Shaq, as not intelligent as he sounds, he does have a doctorate in education.
He's a billionaire. A lot of people don't realize, but he's a billionaire.
He's not just a billionaire. He is a wise and proven businessman. He has made some very good decisions. He was one of the first investors in Google originally. Like,
oh really?
Stock-wise, yeah. He was huge into Google, and he was one of the main factors for the Ring camera, like the doorbell camera. And he was like, I love it. I'm investing. And then he invested heavy and it worked out. I'm excited for fish sticks. Are you actually deep frying fillets? That's up to you, sir. What do you?
So yeah, I'm probably gonna pan fry 'em. I'm not gonna deep fry them. I have a little oil here. We're gonna just kind of toss them like
There's
half
yeah,
in, flip.
that's fine. Listen, that's still fried, right? Like the difference is a deep fried is a lot more work, a lot more cleanup, and it's easier if you have that fry daddy thing, right? Which I'm still enamored with. You know, I saw one in Florida, and I was like, we should get this for my mom's house.
It's
And
just a
Victoria's like,
it's just a baby industrial fryer. Like I don't know why it's a portable one, if anything.
I it's still
Like
great.
I've been around them my entire life, and the fact that you just never heard of it, I was like,
We don't have it. So the closest thing I had growing up was you got a Tefal deep fryer, and it was like a whole big thing. And then it was like it had a container for you to drain out
like a turkey fryer.
No, smaller. It looked about like 1.5 times the size of a normal air fryer, about that size. But it had it was good for French fries, but it wasn't really good for anything else. And that was like if you're having French fries on a daily basis, it was good, but like the cleanup and everything, it was ridiculous.
We were having French fries on a daily basis. I know how you got diabetes.
Yeah, that's fair. That's reasonable. Victoria asks, "Are you making your own tartar sauce?"
Of course.
I mean, listen, I think tartar sauce is a huge incentive to have fish sticks. You're like, but I'm gonna have my own tartar sauce, and they're like, oh well, that's fancy. It's immediately fancy. I grew up eating fish sticks in school. I mean, listen, you also grew up eating beans on toast, so let's not, make it dramatic.
Don't you call them something else over there in England?
That's a good question. I mean, so this is the thing is like, Victoria, we went. I'm gonna try, and I don't remember what neighborhood. I think it was Leicester Square that we went to, which is like it's a party square. Like people are doing things and hanging out, and like there's movie theaters and stuff. It's kind of like Times Square, but for better people. It's fine. And like we went to like this dodgy place that like it even like the kitchen is on a different floor, and it all has like a dumbwaiter where the food just arrives and then they serve it. It's cool, but like it wasn't super tasty fish and chips. But she was like, "Oh, it's so nostalgic." I'm like, "This isn't good fish and chips."
I mean,
and then I told her, I'm like,
chips.
I even told her, I'm like, you should get a pickled onion. She goes, "Why?" I'm like, "Suffering. You deserve it for making me have to eat this fish and chips." And because she likes mushy peas, which I'm like, that's not real food. Yeah, it's.
What is she, an infant?
No, but British. Pickled onions are so tasty. No, you're a liar. You're a liar, Victoria. Shame on you. Shame on you for trying to influence
The British just, I don't know how they conquered the world for fucking seasonings, and then they're just like, we don't want any of them.
Someone sent me a video. It's an old video of Rowan Atkinson who played Mr. Bean, and he goes, "What did he say?" He goes, we Indians came here for with the spice trade and everything, and like I love a good curry, but now that we have the recipe, do they really have to stay?" And I'm like, shit, bro, that's not going to age well, but it was probably from 20 years ago. And you're like, I mean, it's not. Fish sticks go with mashed potatoes and peas. I mean, you're not wrong, but mushy peas aren't good food. Like that's something where you're like, technically it's green veg and it's easy on the mouth. And you're like, that's from people who don't have good teeth. I get it.
Fish sticks go with mashed potatoes. Like that just sounds like if you're want fried chicken, but you're a Presbyterian.
Or you don't have teeth. You're like, it's fish, that's soft, plus mashed potatoes, also soft, and peas. Again, soft.
I mean, as British go, they're just posh hillbillies. So
they're not. Well, yeah, that's factual. Yeah. Now I remember the one thing someone told me the explanation between or the difference between like soccer and rugby is soccer is a gentleman's sport played by hooligans, whereas rugby is a hooligan sport played by gentlemen. Because like, what's up, D-Dog? Beans on toast. Beans on toast.
What up, D-Dog? I want to do like a fucking like. I want to figure. I had never had beans on toast, but I feel like I know what it is. But I want to experiment with that.
So this is a proper beans. So okay, but this is the thing is, if they are like British beans on toast aren't good beans. So it's Heinz beans in a can. They're not like that's not. I know
beans first off.
So that's the difference is pork and beans, like proper like pulled pork beans in a slow cooker. You're like, bro, that's proper beans.
Over like some garlic, like French bread.
Slander. I'm like, listen, D-Dog, I'll stand by it and I will fight you. But like beans, Heinz beans from a can, I understand that it is a cultural thing, but you can't tell me that it's better than like pulled pork beans.
I'm thinking Bush's baked beans.
Yeah.
With some like chopped bacon, maybe some prosciutto or something.
Like
over like garlic toast. Wouldn't that be so good?
Listen, we're gonna get in fights on this, but maybe like I'm not
a little Parmesan.
It's everything un-British about it. I love it. It's perfect. No, it's we should do
we're de-Britishifying the British food.
Okay, so D-Dog sausage rolls 100%. So there's a place Cole in the UK called Greg's, and it's like it's just a pastry shop. Okay, like so you can get one of the big things that they have is a sausage roll, and I'll tell you this much: they have perfected the sausage roll, and it's like you'll get it on the go, and you'll be like, that's just totally hits the spot of like an on the go sauce. Like it's perfect. Like there's no, and I've had like listen, I'm a fat piece of shit. I've had sausage rolls in places, baby, and it's hands down, Greg's is by far the world's best sausage roll that I've ever experienced. Maybe Cole should make slow cooker pork belly braised beans. I mean, it's a good idea. D-Dog. I said D-Bag. I apologize. D-Dog, you are correct. I mean, yeah, Greg's. If you go to the UK, this was where. So I was telling you the story where like I went to the UK and we were getting sausage rolls, and me being me, I started chatting up the lady there because like everyone just has a job. So it was an older woman, and I just started shooting shit, and she's like, so where are you from in the US? And I'm like, I'm actually Canadian. She's like, really? And I'm like, it's because I'm fat, right? She's like, yeah, that's right. You're too fat to be Canadian. I'm like, that's fair. I get it. It's a reasonable. I am 100% too fat to be Canadian. So
like family bullshit going on in the background.
That's all right. Is everybody okay?
No, everybody's cool. It's just everybody's annoyed right now. With me.
I mean, yeah, that's fair. That's you are definitely the type who's like, is that a wound? Let me just splash some salt on it. That's that's fine.
How dare you have a problem in my apartment? Well, I got things going on.
That's right. That's right. Like, this is one of those. I read a Reddit the other day where it was like, what was the best "you have no power here" moment for you? And one of them was a girl got married, had a place with her husband, and her parents sold their house and they were in transition, so they moved in temporarily. And they were having a water fight, and she sprayed her dad with a hose, and the dad went inside and was like, don't you dare spray it inside the house. And she's like, it's my house, and just hosed him down inside her own house. Like, I don't give a shit. And I'm like, bro, full respect, because you know what? It's my house, and I don't give a shit. I'm gonna hose your ass down. I've had water fights inside.
I had one of those moments like yesterday, like on the internet in front of everyone. I posted something about how women just irk me, essentially. And then a woman who I don't even really know just like happened to. Yeah. We're both comedians, so we fucking probably passed or know somebody or whatever. But she just commented, yikes. And I was like, you have no power here. I don't care what you bitches think. Clearly.
What's up, Angie? How are you doing? But it's like you come into my comment section and try and judge me. Listen, number one, I judge myself much more.
Shit. Why would you fucking try to like make me feel bad? Like it's not gonna. What am I, a beta? What am I, a pussy? Like get the fuck out of here with this shit.
Also,
how you doing?
I'm dead inside. I have no feelings, so don't think I have shame for anybody. That's not.
What if I said that? Like how did she think that was gonna go? I say what I said, and then she's like, guys, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. I'll take it down. What? I didn't know. Not only that, but like I've been posting shit like that for like 3 years now. You know what I mean? Like, where have you been? Like,
oh no, Kimosabi, you're in my JoJo now. I mean, listen, that's fair.
Exactly.
Get you. It's but like it's one of those things where you're like, Listen, this is my house. I will like. I got into a water fight, like a full water fight, with 3 other men inside an apartment, and I'm like, bro, no one was trying to any like. It was everything's getting soaked to the point where they were like, they teamed up against me, and I was like, I had my back against the door of the bathroom, and then I just started turning on the hot water and filling up a super soaker with boiling hot water from the faucet. And then I'm like, hey, I opened it a little bit and just right in the face. They're like, is that hot water? I'm like, yeah, it is. I will burn your ass. I don't give a shit.
I would have smashed up some hot sauce, thrown it in there.
Yeah. Like, I'm like, no. This is war now. I'm like, that's not, number one, I'm going to set up booby traps and buckets on doors. Like, that's, you're going to open the door and be like, oh, no. But yeah, it's my house. I don't give a shit. That's fine.
War crime, Canadian style.
Oh, yeah. They're the Geneva suggestions. I'm not, yeah.
Yeah. It's only a war crime if you lose.
It's 100%. Yeah. And also, if you win, you just go, sorry about that. It was a weird time. That's it. Yeah. You suddenly become.
What the fuck are you going to do about it? That's what you say.
Yeah. You
lost.
Yeah. Listen.
America.
Okay. That's a good question. What are you drinking, you big old stogie? With your big old stogie. Yeah. Southern Comfort. Why? Because he's a dirty man.
This is whiskey for the trailer trash.
And listen, Southern Comfort is one of those drinks where you're like, I want to make sure tonight blows up on me. Southern Comfort. Thank you very much. That's
I've been drinking it since I was like 15, so I don't know what you're talking about.
It's got a very enticing sign. Like
I've had a pretty tame lifestyle.
I mean, tame in comparison to Kanye. Sure, that's bro.
They say comparison is the thief of joy.
I mean, yeah.
I beg to differ.
Southern Comfort makes the world go round, baby. Technically, it makes your bedroom go round.
It does do that. It does do that.
I mean, like, look, it does the job. It does the job. I think that's fair. One of those things, like, that's even. What do you mix with? Hold on, there's something you mix with Southern Comfort for a specific drink, and I don't remember what it is. But
this is what I got. I got club soda.
Club soda. Listen, club soda mixed in anything is like, listen, I'm being health conscious, but I still want to get shit faced. Which I'm like,
that's really what it is. I'm getting old now. Like I don't like. I'm just trying not to consume sugar as much. You know.
Well, when you find out that Southern Comfort or
whiskey's already got sugar in it as it is, you know.
Yeah, 100%.
Lemonade. I was thinking about some fucking
really.
Yeah, I know a lot of lemonade, whiskey and lemonade. You've ever had a whiskey sour? It's similar.
Whiskey sour tastes like shit.
I love whiskey sours, man. What? Yeah, that's because you're Canadian. That's what it is. I'm American.
It's not even that.
I'm not even American. I'm Southern American.
Yeah, you hate good things. That's fine. Yeah, you're like, I need to suffer while I'm drinking. You got to eat moonshine. You're like, yeah, that's fair. That's
suffer. I ain't no bitch, bro. That's what it is.
Okay. So interesting. Southern Comfort is good mixed with lime juice.
Ooh, I don't like lime.
Yeah.
I drink a margarita every once in a while, but
you know what?
It tastes like I'm going to have heartburn.
Whiskey and amaretto sours. I mean, amaretto, I think, is an unsung hero.
I don't know if I've ever had amaretto.
Amaretto and Coke makes Dr. Pepper. Like, it tastes exactly like Dr. Pepper, but will get you.
Good to know.
Yeah.
Did you know that Dr. Pepper was invented in Texas? Just not too far from Houston.
I'm not surprised though.
And where I come from, people drink Dr. Pepper like it's water. So
yeah. I made yummy lunch. Was it meant to be lunch? Yeah. She says punch, not lunch. It was definitely lunch with Southern Comfort and like 5 other liqueurs, and it didn't taste like alcohol. Like, which is like a Southern Comfort Long Island iced tea. So I convinced Victoria to have a Long Island iced tea a little while ago, and she immediately was shit-faced. But she's like, I can't even taste the alcohol, which I'm like, there's a lot of alcohol in.
Yeah, isn't that crazy about those things? There's not even. That's what's crazy is you can't taste the alcohol. There's so much alcohol, and it tastes like tea and there's no tea. It's a fucked up invention.
100%. So was it invented by a real doctor? Like it was like a doctor of sociology, I'm sure. Like,
that's like, it reminds me of
not an MD.
Have you ever seen
Dr. Phil?
Mr. Deeds?
Yeah.
I think you should check out Dr. Pepper. You should go see Dr. Pepper for that.
You're like, what? You're like, yeah, that's fine. That's a reasonable thing. Yeah, no, I think there's a lot of drinks like that really do a lot. Like Dr. Seuss wasn't a real doctor either. I mean, like for the soul, that's fine. And also, like, bro, he wasn't. See, this is the thing.
Dr. Dre.
I mean, he might be a doctor though. Like Shaq has a doctorate in education, so
it's just like I'm Shaq. I can't even say my whole name, but like,
yeah,
he's got this entire fucking portfolio.
At the same time, I do love Kevin Hart's impression of Shaq. He'd be like, Shaq is here. I don't know what to do. You need help with your groceries. Like, it's fucking hilarious. But yeah, invented by Dr. Love. I mean, Dr. Love. Hey, what are you gonna do? All right, so let's get started with these fish sticks.
Oh yeah. Okay, right. So they are homemade. So I went and bought a pack of tilapia.
Tilapia is a good white fish, but there's it's tough when it's farmed and stuff, right? But so Dr. Zeus has a weird bedside manner. Dr. Zeus was not a good person. So this is the weird thing is you're like, his stories are so endearing and like life-changing for childhood, but at the same time, you're like, hey, he shacked up with the nurse that was treating his wife as she died. That's not a good person.
Bobby kind of did the same thing though. A lot of people that like were told to immortalize and like idolize and whatnot are all shit human beings.
Horrible people. Yeah. So just so you know, Cole, it's definitely a you issue because Angie immediately is like fish sticks. I mean, 100% fish sticks.
I watch South Park like that. That's what it is, you know.
Yeah, there is no doctor like Dr. Inc. Yikes. I mean, listen, it's one of those things where I mean, and also too, like I find fish sticks are a good comfort food as well.
Bro, I love fish, man.
I do like
in a way. All different kinds of fish. There's just not a way I won't eat fish.
So I'll say something weird. I am not a fan of salmon.
I fucking love salmon. Are you? That's the pork of the sea, bro.
I don't think so.
I mean, think about it. It's pink. It's fat.
Listen, it's. I don't.
Panko, by the way. Panko.
It's yeah. You throwing anything with the flour? I'm a bigger fan of tuna than I am of salmon. But at the same time, like I'm too dumb to figure it out sometimes either. So like it's not a thing. Everyone, while you guys are here, please make sure to like and subscribe to our episode. Like we do this every Tuesday. We're doing it a little later at 8:30 just to see if we can get more people come out and enjoy. What are you doing with the vodka?
I was kind of signaling you to buy us a shot.
Oh, there's definitely her everyone. So originally we had buy us a shot with hammered and cheese, but then as a reward you can get this one, which is thanks hot stuff.
You're monetized now too. Finally,
you can send me money, you can send Cole money. We will happily accept your money and then we'll use it to get a little drunk because we're those kind of people. Let me see here. I love whitefish. So I am a big fan of halibut. Cod and haddock as well, but halibut's a weird fish. So halibut, when it's born, has eyes on either side of its head. But because it swims on its side, slowly the eyes migrate until they're on one side. It's a weird fish. But chili powder, I love it. That's always seasoning your breading, people. Look, always roast your nuts, never use almond extract, and always season your breading. Just use
almond extract in fucking sweets, bro. What? My mom uses it all the time. That's why I heard fucking baked stuff is good.
Absolutely. All right. It's pink and it's fat. I mean, that's true. You're right, Angie. It's one of those things. But yeah, I'm a bigger fan of tuna. Even actually, you know what? We used to go to an izakaya, and they would have every once in a while they would have a tuna steak, and it was just like a good big piece of tuna, Creole seasoning. Oh, we're going into the we don't speak English territory. I like it.
Oh yeah, I can't do fish without Cajun food. Don't tell my mom.
That's fine. I understand that. Like, look, and that's the thing is like when you're doing fish, I think it's really important to you add some razzmatazz, like it's one of those things where like fish is a good canvas, but then you have to spice that shit up. Like that's just how it is, and if you don't, it's only useful.
I'm currently watching the show, Apples. I know. I got some pink Himalayan salt.
Pink Himalayan salt. I feel like there being pink Himalayan salt, there should be like a black Himalayan salt that's just like, oh, this will kill you. Just,
No, it's pink and it's fat.
It's pink and it's fat. I feel like that's a good episode title. Just pink and fat. It's not a bad idea. That's ridiculous. So listen, the next few weeks as well, everyone, we are going to be having a few guests on, and we're leading up into November. It's an exciting time. So things are happening. But make sure you can check us out. So on Sunday, I had Generation Dan, where we talked with a new guest. It was a hilarious time. And we talked about yesterday on Life of Giants, we talked about how youth is wasted on the young, which is just factual, but at the same time, like if you don't age with grace and try and mature, as somebody is going to check you for being an old person all of a sudden. And you're like, I've had that. And I'm like, because young people try and talk shit. And I'm like, bro, don't do that. I'll hurt you. And it's one of those things. But,
I'm at that in-between stage of like old and young where somebody tries to call me old. And I'm like, yeah, but I can still beat your ass.
Yeah. It's like, it's a weird thing when you're in your 30s.
Got beat up by a geriatric guy in your own mind. Now you got to explain that you called me old and then got your ass beat.
And this is the thing is like, look, I'm older, but I'm also at this point, I'm in the best shape I've ever been in my entire life. Right.
I wish I could say that.
Yeah, but we're both trying and we're doing stuff. Right. So it's not a bad thing.
I was like a peak, like human specimen at one point in my life. So like I'll never be the best shape of my life again. You know what I mean? Like I envy you is what I'm saying.
It's not. It kind of. It's like it's one of those things. Is like I don't mind being the age I'm at, and I don't want to fight with somebody, but at the same time, I'm like, bro, if we fight, like there's like. I think a lot of young people don't have the experience of rough housing in their family or fighting in school and stuff, right? So they don't realize that someone like me, who's an absolute savage, I'm like, listen, I'll grab your face and poke your eyes out. Like there's no, and they're like, oh, you're going to break my nose. I'm like, no. I'm going to make you blind forever. That's what I'm going to do. Like, it's not, it's one of those things that people are just like, what are you going to do? I'm like, poke you in the eye and then I'll kick you in the nuts. That's
that little brother syndrome you got. Like I was the oldest. I didn't never learn how to fight dirty because I never needed to.
Yeah. But I had to until puberty. And then I was like, I had people try and touch me. And I'm like, no.
Different kind of like person. Like to be the little brother, the baby.
Yeah.
And then to be a fucking like half giant, like you're fucking built like Hagrid from Harry Potter. That's a different kind of person. Don't fuck with you.
That's why I'm like, listen, I'm not like, because in my head, I'm like, I got to put you out. I'm not like, oh, this is a fair. No. There's nothing fair. It's nothing fair. It's a fight. It's just how it's going to work. Right. And it's one of those things where I think a lot of people don't understand how, like, I'm one of those guys where I'm like, how people will like, oh, put your arm behind your back and twist it. I'm like, no. I'm going to break it. I'm gonna break it. Like I'm not stopping until you're on the ground reeling in pain. Like it's not, even there were times where I'm like, listen, we could fight, but I'm just gonna grab you and fall on you. And you're gonna suffer for the rest of your life. It's not, I did that to one guy. Yeah, he still limps. I'm like, I just fell on him. Sorry.
Of my siblings, like I got all my hair, I got muscles, like I got all the things. I hit the jackpot, genetically. And then like they're like mad because like they thought that they would catch me genetically speaking. But like I've been built like a grown man since I was like 10 years old. So like they've never been like they've always been the little sibling. You know what I mean? Like even now.
What's up, Sam? Sam says I can't do fish sticks. LOL. I mean that's fair. I understand. I mean,
can.
We believe in you. Don't worry.
It's homemade fish sticks, to be fair.
Yeah.
It's not like you're getting it from the grocery store frozen.
I mean, even frozen ones, as long as you fry it well, it'll be good. It's not. I grew up with.
I agree, but I don't know. Some people are weirded out by it.
Well, this is the thing. Like having grown up in the 80s, we were like right at the beginning of actual processed food, so like it still had to taste good.
Right.
Whereas now it's like, oh, it just tastes like sugar. It's fine. Sam says, meaning I wouldn't want to because gross. I mean, listen, Sam, not all fish sticks are created equal. And not all of them are gross. I could barely get through it. Yeah.
I'm starting on my pan right here.
All right. Crisco vegetable oil. Because while he's caring about his health a little bit, not a lot. So
he's still frying it,
there's
been like studies coming out recently that frying food isn't as bad as they were trying to tell you like 20 years ago.
So it depends on what you fry it in. So like seed oils are bad. Canola oil isn't that great, but like you have olive oil, beef tallow, lard. Those are and butter. Those are four, like olive oil, lard, taro, which is beef fat, and butter are four fats that are great for your body, right? And remember, like, because while you shouldn't have a lot of bad cholesterol, because quote unquote bad cholesterol can create plaque in your arteries, but bad cholesterol is also used for the lining of your cell walls and your blood-brain barrier. So you do need that stuff to help you, but you just got to not be an idiot.
Well, what I was reading actually kind of recently is that it's not even the fry oil that gets you. It's the fact that most people bread stuff and then drop it in a deep fryer.
Yeah.
So if you can just kind of pan fry something without the breading, which as I'm literally breading stuff.
Not right now, in later. So Sam says, like the kind they used to put in our school hot lunches. Number one, Sam, that's a hard flex where you got hot lunches at school. That in and of itself is an issue, but yeah, the best I got. So the first time I had a cafeteria was in high school, and the only thing that I would really, really, really get from there would be French fries with cheese and gravy because I'm a monster. I would also
fucking poutine every day.
No. It was poutine is different. This was like cheese sauce and gravy, which is basically just two different colored gravies. Because cheese sauce,
gotcha.
Yeah, and then I would also cover it in ketchup, which is a sugary treat. So it's not good. It wasn't good for me. But yeah, they would have shitty burgers and stuff like that, and but yeah, I wish they had fish sticks. Are you kidding me? That'd be delicious. But yeah, no, good fish sticks, not bad ones. I even tagged in one of my posts Highliner fish sticks because I'm like, Highliner was a good brand back in the day. I don't know if they are any now, but I think they're good. I feel like there's an art to frying though. That's for sure. There's like, I reconnected with a friend that like I had lost touch with like the last year of high school, and he like had to move in with his dad, so like he moved away and like we just lost touch. And then I found him because of Facebook years later, and I went to his house for Thanksgiving, and he deep fried a turkey, and I will say, hands down, the best turkey I've ever had in my life. but also like a deep fried turkey is super fucking dangerous. So
yeah, he's just fucking like burn the whole neighborhood down.
oh, you could burn everything and its mother down. Oh yeah, Sam, you are always soggy. So soggy fried foods that become soggy, you're like, no, that's immediately that's someone who hates you. You know,
asparagus.
Are you putting asparagus? You're frying asparagus too?
I am. There's a side to go with it.
Listen, just a side note to everyone that you should know is if you're gonna have fish sticks and asparagus, just warn people when you go to the bathroom because your pee is probably gonna break your toilet.
Oh, shut up. That's not a thing.
Asparagus, it is.
It is not. That's not real.
And let's be honest, after fish sticks, your farts aren't going to be great. Your pee is going to stink from the asparagus, no question. But it's fine. It's fine. Hold on.
We're gonna drink this asparagus and lemon juice, and then just drop the lemons right up in there.
Yeah, I think it's actually fine. Yeah, we get bigger with that.
Little salt.
So, lemon thing. Do you have any butter to throw in there? Because that would probably really.
I do not. Somebody ate all my butter today.
I really feel like they ate it like a popsicle stick, and I want to laugh at that. Black pepper?
Wouldn't doubt it. The person who ate it, I once caught eating a block of cheese like it was a candy bar. So.
Yeah, that's an issue. I mean, like I get it. Cheese is great, but also shenanigans.
I'm not gonna say who. Well, onion.
Onion, absolutely. Let's see here.
We're just gonna toss that right in with the asparagus. Break it up.
Oh yeah. No, listen, and I think that's one of the things too. Is if one thing that people have to realize is like green vegetables are something you should incorporate into your diet on a daily basis because green vegetables have a lot of zinc, magnesium, and some other good stuff that are really good for your body. But it's good for your body when it's processing things like calcium and vitamin D, because it's weird where people are like, "Oh, what is that? Oh, you dirty slut." Like when you're consuming things like calcium for your bones, zinc for your hair, magnesium for your body, and stuff like that, it's important to have the combining vitamins that make it easier for your body to process stuff, which I like. I'm in a learning process. Sam says, "Hey Angie," because you're both here and we welcome you. Thank you for coming. It's always exciting. But yeah, if you guys have any ideas of stuff you want us to cook, please let us know. Angie, you're supposed to come on here to learn how to cook stuff. So let us know when you want to do that, because that's always exciting.
Yeah, we're doing like a whole health kick next season.
We're gonna take a run at not getting fat this winter.
We'll try, right?
We're gonna try. We're gonna at least one day a week. We're gonna be healthy. But yeah, I still remembered the.
Of course, we had guests that'll fuck that up, I'm sure.
With Sam, did we do veal or chicken parmesan? It was chicken parmesan. Right?
Yeah,
that was good chicken parmesan. I remember. You know what though? Like, chicken parmesan is a solid meal. Like that's you make that and you're like, bro, you're eating like a king. I was telling somebody how I would eat. There's a place up here called California Sandwiches, and they make it's veal cutlet on a Kaiser with sweet peppers and caramelized onions and stuff. And you're like, oh, bro. Number one, it's the size of my face, but also it's so good. Pinwheel steaks. What is a pinwheel steak?
Yeah, what is that?
I don't know. Sam mentioned it.
I've never heard of that.
Pinwheel steaks. If this is a porn thing, Sam, I'm gonna be really pissed. I will applaud you. Oh, that's a good idea. So essentially, it's steak, but wrapped up like a Swiss roll.
Like cordon bleu almost.
Yeah, like a cordon bleu, but like, oh man, that's fucking good. Yeah. And Italian. I'm Italian. It's my favorite. Chicken parm is good. Like it is. Like even in like, there are certain foods I think that are characterized by your culture, right? So it's like if you wake up in the middle of the night and you open the fridge and there's chicken parm, you're eating that chicken parm at like 2:00 in the morning and you're gonna feel good. You're gonna go to bed like a baby after that too, because you're just gonna be like, you're gonna have a brick of chicken parm in your stomach, which is good. It's good shit, man.
All right, so that is this asparagus starting to crisp up a bit.
Oh. I'm wondering if that would be so. The pinwheel steaks is probably skirt steak. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, so you want, steak, that makes the most sense.
Yeah, because you can. It'll be thin. Yeah, it'll be thin. You can cut it in strips. Sam's like, "Yep, I had it for breakfast. No lie. Yeah, that's Like there are some meals that you can have. Like, look, for me, one of the big meals that my mom, like, she made it for me the first time and like changed my life was potatoes and eggs, which is like essentially you get a pan, you put like big French fries in there, or my wife now she does hash browns and it's awesome. You cook the hash browns or French fries in the pan, and once they're almost done, you dump scrambled eggs in it, and then like it becomes a whole thing, and like it's a hearty fucking meal. And also, like, you don't feel like shit afterward. So, which, you know, as a slowly retiring fatso, a lot of meals have made me feel like shit afterward.
We're never not going to be fat. Get out of here. We'll just not be fucking obese.
I don't know if let me see if I count as obese still.
Yeah, we're still obese. Obese is actually, it's a pretty mean term when you go and look at the definition.
You know what? Why don't you try and be positive, you little asshole? How about that?
I am being positive. I'm positive that you don't have to be very fat to be considered obese, but most Americans think differently. But doctors, on the other hand,
I'm looking at. Oh yeah, I'm definitely obese. Weight. Okay, height. I'm like in and around, like I'm just into obese. Not I'm no longer morbidly obese. I know that much, which is okay. You know, but like at the same time,
I think like 20 pounds overweight is obese.
Yeah.
It's like fucking ridiculous.
I'm lucky because I'm tall as fuck, right? So it's like not that bad. I like making hash brown breakfast mini quiche type thing in cupcake cheese. So there's so I'm currently in the process. So when I say currently in the process, I'm still planning it out because like now I'm saving up for it because we found a table to go in our laundry room that'll go on top of our stuff, the washing machine dryer, and that's I'm going to use as a countertop. But then I also want to replace the sink that's in the laundry room with like a fancy sink. So I kind of will have a quasi kitchen, but it's still in the works. We're seeing. But yeah, so the idea of a hash brown used as like a tart cake and then crack an egg and also like I feel like breakfast is such a creative meal, right? And like I always say, like in my health experience, like that's one thing. Whereas like if I can't think of anything, I'll just ask my wife to boil me 4 eggs and I'll just eat that because it's a good meal and I'll just and quick and easy. So yeah, when I look at the BMI chart, I'm still obese, but not by like a crazy amount.
I stopped caring what my BMI was at like 14. I was like, yeah, that's some bullshit, inflated numbers.
Yeah. It's 100% bullshit, but still, you know, it's nice when people are like, "Oh, you're not so fat anymore." I'm like, "Yeah, look at that. I'm almost a human size. It's not, you know." Like
I also hate the enablers. They're like, "You're not fat." I'm like, "Yes, I am. I'm saying that."
Oh, I've been
situation.
I wear a lot of baggy clothes still because like my gut is fat, but like my chest and shoulders are still big, so it's like I'm cinching in the middle, which is great, but I still have a gut. So it's like, it's this weird transitional period. So I wear baggy clothes and then I'm like, I'm still fat. And people are like, nah, you're not really fat. I'm like, no. Trust me. My wife has taught me how to dress myself. That's all. She's taught me little tricks. Like I learned how to layer clothes last winter. That's an odd experience. I'll tell you that. Because for me, I just was, my options were, does this fit or not? Whereas now I'm like, I can wear like 4 different shirts all in one. But then, because I'm still fat, after 5 minutes of wearing them, I start to sweat, which is horrible. But there are worse things to suffer. Sam, if you have a recipe that you specifically like for the pinwheel steaks, please send it to us because I Googled it, and there are some cool combinations that I'm like,
because I feel like come back on and show us how to make it next week.
Or you could do that because so one of them is balsamic vinegar, basil pesto, prosciutto, lemon, and provolone inside the steak, and I'm like, listen, I would fight somebody for that meal. Like that just sounds awesome. And also, like up here, Victoria planted a bunch of basil. So she's like, we had pesto on all sorts of stuff over the last, like, during the entire summer. So it's been awesome.
Sounds amazing.
Yeah, we've been growing some, like we're experimenting with the whole thing because I'm like, I want to grow our own food, but also like we only have so much room and stuff like that. So I'm trying to be reasonable instead of crazy. But crazy helps. It's just a little bit, But all right, let's see here. Hi, everyone. Thank you very much for hanging out with us today. I hope you enjoy our meal. We are doing it. In case you want, you can always buy us a shot, and then I'll send you this. Thanks, hot stuff. Right there. Just to be nice, because I'm a nice guy. At least I play a nice guy on the internet. And also needy. I use the provolone and basil, but I use a teriyaki sauce and marinade steaks first. Ooh, so I'm teriyaki's delicious, don't get me wrong, but it also has a lot of sugar that I try and stay away from because like I've found recently, Sam, that a lot of delicious sauces are basically just sugar sauce, and which I'm like is delicious, no question, but I'm trying not to be fat. And so early on I was explaining that I've talked with my doctor. My blood test came in good, and I'm officially off of diabetes meds, and we're trying for the next 3 months to see if my numbers stay tolerant, and then I will have beaten diabetes type 2, and it can suck it. When I was really fat, I used to tell people I had type 4 diabetes, and people would be like, "Really?" And I'm like, "That's not a thing, you stupid sons of bitches," because it's rude. It's a little rude. It's a little rude when people are like, "Oh, do you have type 5 diabetes?" And I'm like, "Fuck you, man." It's a good joke, but
they're like, "I see it."
There are times when I was like, maybe I'm a specimen and I have a new type of diabetes. Thank you, Sam. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's like my brother got it when he was he was in his 30s, early 30s. And it was more because he ate shit food his whole life. And then I didn't get diabetes until like just before the pandemic, but I was also like at my fattest and I was drinking regularly and stuff, like because I was doing comedy and stuff and doing a lot of drugs as well. But
you don't realize how like bad the comedy lifestyle is for you. You're like, yeah, it's not working, and then
and also too,
it's bad for you. It's bad lifestyle.
It's an addictive thing because like applause from a crowd feels so good. Like there is no drug that can compare to that kind of like laughter and applause you get from comedy. But at the same time, if you hit it well and you're on drugs, you're like, I guess I have to do drugs every time I want to be funny, which is horrible. And then the same with booze and stuff like that. And you're like, all those things are bad for you. But so I got diabetes then, and then like I got fatter. And then now I'm almost, it's been probably 7 years since I was diagnosed, and now I may have beaten it. But my brother got it early on in life and then did fuck all about it for the last 10 years. And then he died because fuck that guy. So what are you going to do? It's one of those things. Listen, take care of your health, everyone. It is a very important thing because once you don't have your health, it all goes to shit. It doesn't matter if you have money or love or, happiness. If you don't have your health, it all just it goes to shit real quick. So I'm trying to be healthy, not crazy. Like I'm a monster, not a bad person. Hamburger, dill pickle. Ooh, okay. Oh, I know what we're doing now. We're making tartar sauce. Listen, give the fools their tartar sauce. It's a big deal. Okay.
So I got a bowl full of onions. I'll throw some pickles in there.
I really applaud your creativity, Cole. You do come up with some wild shit, and I'll be honest with you. Sometimes I second guess it, but so far you have consistently proven me wrong. So I applaud.
I'm doing, man.
I mean, you don't look that way though. You don't. You look.
I think so. But.
Yeah, which is like it makes you a ninja, so that's a good thing, right? Like I'm secretly very good.
I never get over it when you're like, I don't like corned beef, and I'm like, you'll like my corned beef, and you're like, I don't think so. I'm like, bet, and then you're like, can I have a third one?
Yeah, no, I did. It was so good, but also like I'll be honest with you, I've never had corned beef that was that good. There's no question.
It was delicious, right?
No, but it didn't even taste like every other time. Like I told you, I'm a fan of pastrami and I don't like corned beef. Whereas your corned beef was actually delicious. So, you know, and I second guessed it. Like it's kind of like, so this is the problem is because of my wife's love of beets, which are disgusting, jalapeno peppers, delicious. Right? Everyone I've ever met who likes beets is like, oh, you have to try them the way I do them. Guess what? They taste like dirt. It doesn't matter how you prepare beets. It doesn't matter how you cook them, soup them, pickle them. It doesn't matter. They taste like dirt. See right here, Victoria, beets are awesome. No, you're a liar. Okay. And every time somebody's like, my beets are the greatest. No, they're dirt food. And every time someone's been like, oh, do you want a corned beef sandwich? And I'm like, not really. And they're like, but my corned beef is so much better. I'm like, okay. And like, it never was until I had yours. And yours was magical. There's no question.
Actually, yeah, I mean, I did it what everybody does. Mine's good, I promise. But, I mean,
it actually was.
To handle that, you know?
Yeah. Victoria said beets with feta and mint. I mean, you're a liar, Victoria. Okay, because feta and mint, an avocado. What is happening right now? I mean, this is going to be a wild experience. That's for sure.
And we're just going to push that all right in there.
That's fine. That is also the worst possible thing I've ever seen anyone do. But yeah, go ahead. Let's keep. Yeah. Just don't stop it. Stop stabbing your fingers.
Put it all right in there. This avocado. This is good for you for the most part.
Avocados.
Avocado is good for you, but
hey, if you really want to start losing weight, everybody, and you know what, I think I might start doing these little meals because my wife did them for me, and they're really really healthy. She'll do a like an avocado smash, so it'll be like 4 boiled eggs, feta cheese, Greek yogurt, and then a full avocado, and then I'll douse it in hot sauce, and like, oh man. It's not only hearty, but it's actually a very, very protein and good fat rich meal. So it will fill you up for the day, but also like you feel good. It doesn't give you any sort of lethargy or anything. More Creole seasoning because English is our second language.
This is going in our sauce.
So Victoria says Mediterranean. Ooh, okay. Did you know the way to tell if an avocado is ripe is pushing the belly button of the avocado? If it sinks in, it's ready. That's good to know. More black pepper, of course.
I just squish it. If it's squished, it's good.
I mean, that's fair. I think if you like knowing how to tell if fruits are ripe is a huge skill.
And this is where I'm going to lose Dino right here.
Now you're gonna make it taste like soap. This is dirty thing.
Only a little soapy.
And hey, what's up, Mick T? How you doing, brother?
What up, Mick T?
Mick, you missed it. We were having a debate about beans on toast earlier, but also we did resolve that Greg's is the best sausage roll in the world. That is, we all agree on that. I hope you can agree with this too. But beans on toast. We're gonna fight. We're gonna fight about it.
Run like a food place, and your name's Greg. You want to name it Greg? Why not Greg's over easy or something like that? Be clever.
Man, he's British. He didn't have to be clever. I hold the record in my hometown of Newport, Vermont, for most mashed potatoes eaten in one sitting. 7 pounds. My cousin is a third place with 5.6 pounds. Gary Blum. Arthur, holy shit. 7 pounds. Like, listen. So, I'll be honest with you. Every time I watch, like, I love. Okay, here's a little bit of a sadist secret for everybody. I will, if I fast, I will almost exclusively watch competitive eating. And I watch only a few, 4 or 5 different guys. So I'll watch Beard Meets Food, who's from the UK, awesome.
Porn, don't let him lie.
Then I'll watch the Notorious B.O.B. and the Garbage Disposal, Doug Garbage Disposal. I interviewed Bob and the Garbage Disposal on one of my old shows. They are on my channel, I believe, somewhere. And I will watch Randy Santel sometimes. He kind of comes across as a real prick, but everyone says he's really nice. And I'm like, he seems like a dick. And also, he's got big tits, which I'm like not a fan of. His spouse is Katina. Katina eats kilos, and she's tiny, but she can eat like a monster. Is that the sauce, Cole? Yeah, that's the sauce he's making. But 7 pounds of potato, that's a lot of potato, bro. Like, was it just mashed potatoes, or like how were they made, Arthur? I need to know how they're made. There's a baker's oven to rival to Greg's. I prefer there's parties, but Greg's is okay. What's the name of the place? Because like I've only had Greg's, and every other time I had something other than Greg's, it wasn't great. It was mediocre. But like Greg's has consistently been the perfect egg roll, sausage roll. Sorry. Mickey, we will try Baker's Oven next time we are back. Yeah, it's fine. We will. Our other favorite is Olenstein. Oh, so randomly we were shopping and we found a place called Olenstein, which is, I don't know, Northern European white folk bakery. It's fine, but very much made with like butter and fat and deliciousness. So everything was not really very sweet, wasn't very sugary, but it was definitely dessert focused. And we got like 4 tables worth of food, and I ate it all like a fat pig that I am, and it was so good. It's Danish. There we go. Thank you, Victoria. But it was like so good. But it was like, that's the thing is, if you're eating a whole bunch of pastries, you can't have it super sweet because then you just tasting sugar. Whereas these guys really took the time, like they would sweeten things with honey more so, and other sweeteners instead of just sugar. Because like, listen, that's the thing is like, white sugar is not really great for you, right? Like brown sugar is just molasses and sugar put together. Powdered sugar is just blended sugar. That's also not good. So like that's why it's like using honey is a lot better for you, but still you have to be in moderation, right? What does this say? Baker's Oven is a chain mainly in bus stations, train stations. We might have eaten there. So if there's one at Victoria, where was it? Victoria, one of the first times we went, I think it might have been Victoria Station, where they had one at one of the entrances, and there was options of McDonald's, or I don't think it was the Greg's. I think it was Baker's Oven, and they did have good sausage rolls. Arthur Blumkin, by the way, love the name. I'm 62 years young. 62. Are you a fat piece of shit? Because that's how big I was. Like I was 500 pounds. I can eat more now, but because of how I was, Arthur, like I can eat a full meal, and in an hour I'm gonna eat another complete fucking meal. Like I will plow, not even an hour, like 20 minutes, and I'm good to go again. Victoria says it was Marylebone Station, and it was a Greg's. But yeah, no, I'm gonna try a Baker's Oven next time, because man, like honestly, Mick, like that was one of the things where I'm like, I applaud if it's above a 7 out of 10 and consistently above a 7 out of 10. To me, that's the greatest thing in the world, right? Because consistency. Arthur's like, I'm a piece of shit, 6'7" at 345. Bro, if you're 6'7" at 345, nice. At 62, fuck, bro, that's rough. That's so right now. Yeah, no. I would love to spar with you, Arthur, because I'm an idiot. But like, because I'm right now, I'm like 275 ish, 280, 275. But I'm about 6'3". But also, as we were discussing earlier, is I'm the youngest of 5, so I was feisty piece of shit. And then puberty hit, and then I was bigger than all my siblings. So I fight like a tiny person, and I'll like just stab your in your ribs and stuff. Our family name is Blump, but my son taught me about a Blumpkin mean. I mean, that's I don't know if that's a great son or a horrible son, but he's definitely a son. So good on you there, brother. 6'7", 345. I feel like 6'7", 345. Like, Arthur, were you like a tradesman or were you an office jockey? Because that would determine if you were like in shape or not. It's just because I'm like, if you are 6'7" and 345, but you like were an electrician or like a drywaller or some shit, bro, let's be honest, you probably ripped my arms off, which honestly I would fight you for. But at the same time, if you just worked in an office, like I used to be a financial planner, which is not in any way, shape, or form accommodating to any sort of healthy lifestyle. But like, I was just determined to be strong. So I did grow up in a machine shop, which did help. Steel will do it for you. So, but yeah. No, that's awesome, Arthur. Welcome to our channel. And please, if you like our stuff, if we're entertaining, please subscribe to both our channels. I'm Dean the Genetic Marvel. He's Sniffing Glue _22. I install snack vending machines for 34 years. Did you carry them around on your back? I feel like you might have. Just, at 6'7", I feel like just to fuck with people. Because I still do that shit. I don't know if you do this, Arthur, but like, I like picking up stuff that people just assume no one can pick up by themselves, like a couch. I love picking up a couch by myself and then watch people go, how the fuck did you? I'm like, it's just a couch. Why are you being such a bitch? And then they're, yeah. And that way I can make sure that they know if they want, I will eat them just one bite and finish. So, did you send me pictures?
I am sending them right now.
Beautiful. I think I just heard a beep. Da 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 da. Damn, bro. Those look really fucking good. Okay, I'll be honest with you, bro. That tartar sauce looks fucking banging.
It is. It's delicious, bro.
Give me 1 second. Let me load up these pictures so everyone can see this magical food. Let's see here. Arthur, what did you say? My back hurts a lot. Yeah, that's fair. Also, F that principal that took out the vending machines, let kids eat. Oh, you know what? See, this is the thing is like the idea that kids shouldn't have a choice is bullshit. Now, should they have healthier options? Sure. But don't fucking come at me as if it's my fault that your kid's an idiot fucking sugar junkie. That's fucking be a better parent, you piece of shit. All right. So here we got it. These are the fish sticks and tartar sauce, everyone. Like, you gotta admit, that looks fucking good, right? All right, so let's do it.
Got the asparagus real quick.
Just to make sure his pee is effervescent for the night.
Which is delicious.
That's a good thing. I like, as long as you cook asparagus, it's good for you too, right? It's really good for you. Let's see here. Come on.
That's this. There's the tartar sauce right there.
Ah, thanks, Victoria. I appreciate you. And just for that, Victoria, this is what you're gonna get is one of these here. Thanks, hot stuff. There. I love you, baby. It does. They really do look delicious.
No. My tartar sauce does have like a green tint to it.
From the avocado.
But it's delicious.
Look, I think
what a lot. Yeah. Like, bring the tartar sauce down to earth a little bit.
Yep.
Earthy flavor for one.
Yep.
Pun. Also, just tartar sauce is so bad for you, so you might as well throw a little avocado in there just to, not feel like a piece of shit.
That's fair. And I think what a lot of people need to realize is like things like a tartar sauce, mayo, even butter you can make on your own. But like the ones you buy from the store, number one, aren't going to be that great. Number two, are filled with preservatives to make it shelf stable, right? So there's nothing wrong with trying, even use Cole's recipe just to try something different, because even if it doesn't fall into, it's not a traditional tartar sauce, go eat shit and die. Nobody cares. But if it complements the fish, which look, that's the most important thing, is the deliciousness of the meal. As long as it does that, you're good. And we're talking, look,
who cares about
a little acidity. Well, so much of the world that is wrong.
Only bunch of dead people telling us what to do.
Arthur, you're a king, man. Thinking of my buddy, the Duke in Florida. Bro,
thank you, Arthur. Appreciate
you. You're a good man. And you know what, guys? Like, also too, I hope that everyone is okay in the south of the United States, which with hurricanes going on, I hope they get the help that they need, because that's a fucking terrifying experience. And that's not to be political in any way, shape, or form. Is human life should be treasured and should come before anything else. And if it doesn't, you're a bad person. That's, and I get it. Sometimes you got to say, fuck those kids. That's fair. But I'm just like, for normal people, we should.
Everyone in Florida and, everywhere else has been hit by hurricanes recently. Yeah. Or, prayer to go out to.
Hey, be safe. And you're in our thoughts and prayers. As gay as that sounds, like, how come no one's come to take your food today, Cole? Because they're all mad at him, apparently. Which, like, let's be honest, he probably gave them a good reason.
I don't know. That's weird. They love fish for the most part.
I mean, that's fair. It's one of those things. But yeah, no, it's one of those things where, like, I can only imagine how difficult it is to go through that kind of situation for anybody. You
don't want any fish?
Mom?
That's why I'm not stealing your food. I got a headache.
Oh, okay. But do you want some? Mom? All right. She says she has a headache.
She has a headache?
I want something.
I do, but I have a headache right now, and you're going to make me go on the camera. I don't want to.
Okay.
Fair enough. Anyways, everyone, so please listen, subscribe to our channels. We greatly appreciate it. We are going to have some more shows. So I'm working at a Halloween haunted castle during the month of October, so we're a little bit tight for scheduling and stuff, but we do have a couple shows in development on the weekends as well. Cole is doing the greatest goddamn show on the internet with his sister, and as well, when's your next every other week meals? Every other weekend meals?
Yeah, a couple weeks, because this coming weekend is his mom's weekend, so
fair enough.
The following weekend after this.
Nice. Also, the Duke bought a house with no pool in Florida. He'll have one now. It's not funny, Arthur. I mean,
it's funny.
It's really funny. It's not funny, but it's really funny. No, it's bro. It's a wild. Like my family has a condo down in Fort Lauderdale, so I'm hoping that it's okay, but I think they have a good people maintaining the property and everything. So fingers crossed, everything is survivable. Us old folks have dark humor. I mean, bro, dark humor is the best kind of humor. But in the meantime, everyone, listen, if you have any suggestions for meals for us to do, please don't hesitate to comment on any of our videos. We're trying to do more social media stuff because, as I said, we're both monetized at this point. So we are trying to get even further. You can check out some of our previous seasons. We do have them on our thing. So if you just Google Hammered and Cheese, this is episode 50 something. What are we on? 58.
58.
Yeah. So, if you want to check out Sam's episode, no, it's 58. 58 is Fish Sticks. But yeah, no, dark humor is hands down the best humor. The problem is, I think some people don't understand that dark humor still has to be funny, right? And that's the key, because, like, obviously, Arthur, you're batting it out of the park. And the fact is, for your internet persona, you chose the last name Blumpkin to emphasize things. I feel that's fucking top
know
tier
what you're
shit.
talking about. You know?
Yeah, that's top tier.
I have a similar issue. Like people will be like, "Oh, I can't believe you said that. You must be sniffing glue." And it's like, dude, my name is Sniffing Glue. Like, what did you think I was gonna say? Like,
yeah, bro, my name is just meant to infuriate thin people. It's right there, just to make thin people angry. And let's be honest, they deserve all the hate they possibly can get. That's how dare you be thin? You're disgusting. Eat a sandwich. So in the meantime, check out some of our previous episodes. If you have anything you want us to try, any recipes, hit us up in the comments or even comment on one of our reels. We appreciate that greatly. Principles that are Nazis are killing my business, so I tend to joke to get by. Listen, principals are we had was it Edwin was a principal? No, it was Nick was a principal, and he was like, fuck those kids. And I'm like, look, principals are chief bureaucrats. They used to be real people. Now they're just bureaucrats. And trust me, Arthur, they wish they could side with you, but they're like, fuck them kids. But what are you gonna do? I need a job.
It's really just anybody in the whole education system. Those people are just nuts. Yeah.
Well, like at the same time, like it's because of them kids. They're horrible, right? Like there's no question, right? I don't know why you're staring at me.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do.
Anyways, everyone, this has been Hammer and Cheese. Please check out some of our stuff, and we will be back with more content next week as well. And if you think this time is better than going earlier, let us know. We are trying to finagle things so we can do better. So in the meantime, have a wonderful day, and we'll see you soon. Later.
Fuck today's